Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your January 2020 General Tarot and Oracle forecast. This is for Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, and Virgo Rising signs. So we're going to look at achieving the impossible, folks. We're going to do a 5-card reading today with regard to fulfilling your goals and dreams. So make those to-do lists, set those goals. January's reading is going to help get you through some of the rough patches. 5-card reading today, achieving the impossible. What does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to know for January 2020? More information could be needed, or you may feel like there's lacking information around feeling confident, being in the spotlight, having all the answers. You could just be experiencing a little bit of self-doubt right now. We'll see if those show up in your reading. That could have just been for a particular Virgo at this time. Spiritual advancement could be had there as well. I think you have the answer. I think that Page of Swords could have been the illusion of not having the answers. The King trumps that in my view. All right. Oops. I'm not going to read all our jumpers here or we will take forever. What does Virgo need to know? Messages for Virgo for January 2020. Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo for January 2020. All right, guys. So as usual, I will be reading the bottom of the deck card for general energy. Well, let's get our 5 cards out first. Look at that. Just stunning. Starting out with the Sun, 2 major arcana starting out there. We have the Devil right underneath that. Not always a bad thing. There's a really strong sword card. Holy smokes, there's the Tower. Lots going on for you in the 2 of Cups. Okay, I really see something that is just in the way right now. Look at this, guys. A lot of intensity. So bottom of the deck. This is very nice, actually. I just want to say, I know it may look like with the Knight of Swords, the Tower, and the Devil, it might look like, oh, geez, you know. I think this is actually extremely positive for you because you're just going to get rid of something that doesn't work for you anymore. And I actually think it's really rather interesting that we saw both the King of Wands and the Page of Swords at the very, very beginning, because I honestly think that it's the doubt. I think it is your self-doubt or not having, quote unquote, the answer, right? That is going to free you. I think you're either going to come to terms with, I'm going to do it anyway, even though I don't have the answer, or you're going to find out the answer and it's going to make you that much more confident. Either way, something truly magnificent you are going to be in charge of something truly magnificent that it will change things more than likely permanently for you. We do not have the Death card, I'm aware of that, but we do have the Sun, the Devil, and the Tower under the auspices of this intense 8th house, Scorpio-ruled King of Cups. Some more cups here, and then this, I need more information. What's going on? Let's talk about it. Energy here. Really quite stunning. Nothing really to be warned of. We'll look at the Tower in just a moment. As I said, bottom of the deck energy here. There's just a lot of intensity when it comes to the King of Cups. It's not necessarily bad or good. It's just, if you can understand that the intensity, you have to make it work for you, right? Like, intensity can feel overwhelming, okay? When we're not ready for it, when we feel unprepared for it, when we feel, right? Because we're dealing with cups, just feelings here. It's the way you feel about it, and it's going to create an attitude, right? But the highest incarnation of Scorpio, 8th house, fixed ruled King of Cups here is absolute spiritual advancement. And we did see, like I said, we saw that King of Wands jump out there too. And he is the master. He's the shaman. He's the guy on the mountaintop. So, and that very often can occur in the workplace as well. So you have a lot of emotional and creative advancement here as well. There's a great deal of, emotional maturity and compassion. But as I always say for the Scorpio ruled King of Cups, the intensity around this card will be met with highs and lows. It's not always intense lows. It can be intense highs as well. So we're going to just beware of emotional balance in the month of January for you. But look at this gorgeous sun, just right out the gate with the sun, no biggie. The project that you're currently working on is life altering. This is a game changer for you and more than likely everyone around you, Virgo. This is not only just something new, this lets you shine. This lets you, whether or not this literally puts you in the proverbial or actual spotlight, this brings you out of your shell. This brings you out of your darkness. This brings you out of your state of stagnation or confusion, right? Because we have a little bit of confusion over here. We have that page of swords at the beginning. So, but remember as well, those are happening internally to you. And the answers can be found. The answers will be provided to you. But absolutely stunning that the project that you're currently working on is so stunning and creative. And success is written all over it here, right? I mean, there is a lot of beauty here with the sun as well. We have to mention that this is life-giving. Okay, the sun, without it, there would be no life at all. So this is going to be extremely emotionally, very likely in every area of your life, very rewarding. So financially, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, perhaps even sexually. Like, we do have the devil under here. We do have addictions and obsessions here. But you know what? There's always two ways to read a card at least. And then of course what they're surrounded by. So you can make an obsession work for you here, okay? Just because right underneath the sun, we do have the devil. We do have a feeling of, maybe a little bit of fun. There could be fun that you could find in a creative venture here as well. I think the only thing that you might meet emotionally because of this intense charge of, the process, the goal is so, it's so sure and it's so well spelled out and it's so achievable for you with regard to achieving the possible here. This is absolutely achievable for you. And I think it may even be in your favor to use a sense of obsession around it. Like I say, I do want to make mention that we have 2 Scorpio related cards here, a great deal. And it could just be sexual energy, sexual tension here. As well, you could be sexually advancing, who knows, depending on what this is concerning for you, Virgo. But 2 cards with some Scorpio background, 8th house. This is the mystery, okay? This is the mystery. Scorpio is the most mysterious sign in the zodiac. They are ruled by 2 planets, Mars and Pluto. Mars is the aggression. Pluto is the underworld. Hopefully some of this language will help make sense or bring to life some of the, maybe more hidden or esoteric aspects of these cards. Ultimately, Scorpio is a water sign, right? Even though it's the scorpion, even though it has this imagery of being, dry and quick and little and dangerous, which, because of its typography, it is. But it's also very emotionally rich and can survive anything. So maybe there's an element of survival here as well. You've achieved something that you survived something you didn't think you would, or that you thought was going to be emotionally overwhelming or draining. I mean, when we talk about water and we talk about 8th house and we're looking at things like sex, death, regeneration, the phoenix, stuff like that. And then this really nice this final card here with the 2 of Cups suggesting that you're going to meet an emotional match. Or feel very, very supported by friends and family around this event. It could be that there is such an intensity here because it's just never occurred before, or you haven't been able to take yourself to these depths, right? And what happens in those depths? Well, by the time you you get to the underworld, you know, you're going to be seeing and witnessing and hearing things that could be jarring, right? I mean, this is the card. The moon is more illusion. It's more self-undoing and sacrifice in my view. I do find the devil card is a little bit more, you know, attachments. This is more addictions, obsessions. But as I said here with the sun, that sits right atop of this, you can make this work for you. You can make intense emotional depths work for you. You can make obsessions work for you right now. I'm not suggesting if you're obsessing over someone, you get in their face and you know, manipulate someone else. Really don't do that. I'm talking about your own goals, right? We're talking about achieving your impossible goals here. So I think it was some, you know, healthy, balanced, supportive, compassionate energy for, you know, love for yourself and for your project. You can really achieve something quite magnificent here. Quick note, we do have Scorpio and the Leo ruled sun. Leo 5th house, Scorpio 8th house. This could have to do with family, children, creative projects. There is a lot of sexual energy between these two signs. I'm not saying compatibility necessarily. I'm just talking about fixed energy and what, you know, their, how large a part sexuality plays in these two signs specifically, say, as opposed to, you know, Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius isn't known for its necessarily sexual prowess, right? It's known for many other things. Leo and Scorpio definitely have this sort of undercurrent. They're very attractive. Okay. So there's a lot of attractive energy here. And there could be another part of this as well as attraction and deflection and that type of thing. Let's move on to the number 3. So this is the, oops, sorry folks. We did go down here. This was the positive thinking. I forgot to mention which section this was in. This is the positive thinking you should focus on. So yeah, like I said, this is obsession energy. This is intensity. This is 8th house. This is long-term planning. This is something that's going to outlast you. Taurus sits opposite of Scorpio. There could be shared finances here as well. You could be embarking on a business plan with somebody else right now or getting investment money or an investment return at this time around a creative project. Here with the invisible, what are you not seeing that you can use? More information, taking a chance on saying something. So we have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords is going to rush in when something needs to be said or something needs to be heard. It's not always easy and it may shake a foundation. We do have the Tower opposite this. I think it could be something that you just merely have to have within yourself. This could be a conversation you just need to have with yourself, Virgo, or a lot of encouragement right now could be very helpful. But again, you can give this to yourself. You don't really need to rely on somebody else. But if you find that you do, there's no shame in that. You can turn to someone that you trust. You definitely have someone in your corner here. But what are you not seeing that you can use? Is feeling more confident in your ideas and opinions, attitudes, information, and education. I think that insecurity could be the biggest Achilles heel, believe it or not, in all of this. So we're just going to, you know, mentally power through something that's difficult. Make your emotions work for you. Like I said, this is almost a high and this is almost a low. You know, be your own best friend this month. Be in your own corner. This month, a lot of self-reliability, I think, will really help you achieve the impossible in January. So intangible energy that can inspire you, just something needs to be torn down completely. And I'm going to suggest it's an idea about what you have, what you don't have, what you think, what you don't think. There's an element of, I have to get rid of what doesn't serve me anymore. And you just have to tear it down completely. This usually comes through a spark of enlightenment. As I said, there could be information or even a conversation that could occur here that could be extremely rewarding for you. I think the Tower can provide an upsetting event, but it doesn't have to. I think if you are aware that something needs to be torn down and not your whole life, not everything that's comfortable to you. I just mean something that just simply doesn't work for you anymore in order for you to achieve these certain goals. So I'm going to suggest, could be different for everyone, obviously, but I'm going to suggest in this case that it is self-doubt, or it is a sense of, missing information or something like that, or not having everything just right or just perfect or something like that. I think it's a really nice idea to look at the intangible energy with the Tower and just say, you know what? That doesn't serve me. I'm going to get rid of that completely, but I'm going to use everything else, right? You're going to really make use of everything else here, and you're going to bring it into the limelight and be positive about it and really give it a lot. Let it shine. Let your soul purpose, let yourself, let all of your talents and skills and abilities really shine. And you can help yourself out of that difficult situation better than anyone. And what can you achieve that is beyond what you're even imagining? This is true soulmate potential. This is soulmate support. This usually indicates it's with one other person, but if this is a creative project that does involve, say, teaching or educating others, or simply working with others toward, spiritual advancement or higher purposes here, or even creative success, could be working with children as well. But likely this is going to be in an adult environment. Then with the Two of Cups here, it's going to be, you're going to feel like someone has your back and you have their back. Someone is definitely in your corner, and it's going to make you happier than you thought was even possible. And I think that's probably the best thing that could come out of this reading for you anyway, is if you go and let yourself achieve the impossible this month, you'll be rewarded more than you even had anticipated. In fact, you could be doing it to achieve emotional security and balance and peace and understanding, as opposed to the emotional intensities, right? The ups and the downs, which again, you can use to your advantage. It's not always a negative thing. But I think in terms of what you can achieve that is beyond what you're imagining, so much of it has to do with inner peace, emotional and inner peace, right? With the Two of Cups, absolutely stunning. And you may not even expecting it, and it may not even be the purpose or the reason behind all of this, but that's definitely what it will give you. So passion, allow your heart to sing with joy, and then forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. These really go hand in hand, and it's so lovely, right? Look at these, just really helping each other out. Forgiving and learning, you really do have to release and heal, okay? We're going to let go of whatever isn't serving you. I will suggest it's thoughts and ideas and beliefs about yourself or what you can achieve. And then this gorgeous passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Yeah, allow yourself to be intense about this, about something positive and delicious and beautiful and wise and stunning, and something that could even come very naturally to you, something that you could have even suppressed, that you could have been afraid of. Here with the King of Cups, right? I mean, like I said, this is not only mysterious, I mean, secrecy is another term that's associated with the sign Scorpio as well. We have a lot of Scorpio energy here in your reading. So there could have been, a secret fear, a secret desire, secret need, that type of thing. Definitely passion is playing a major role. We have 2 Scorpio-based cards, Leo-based card. I mean, like passion plus. So something, I really feel here as though like you're all in, right? This is going to, whatever this project has to do with, it's going to be intense. It's just that hopefully it's going to be a really nice intense for you. So we have Ant is reminding us of patience. And this is really about your outcome, right? Maybe do everything with the highest of spirit and the best, with a full heart. And don't worry too much about what will come of it in a week or a year or what have you. Do it because of your love for it. The patience is its own reward. Like, it'll pay off before you even know it. So patience really is key. Another theme with ant is that they do work in colonies, as you know, and they're far more powerful together. So, you know, definitely consider if this is a creative project where you do need to rely on yourself, or you are trying to achieve some emotional well-being or advancement here. You could be working with others who are going through the same thing as well, but patience is certainly key for you. Surrender and release. Yeah, so here is our second surrender. Release, heal, surrender, release. I'm really confident that this has to do with the way that you could be thinking about not doing something right or having all the answers, but it could be about relationships as well, right? Because we do have the ant. Even though it's patience, it does have to do with other people. Look at this gorgeous card. Surrendering, releasing, you know, a troubled mind really would be step number one in, you know, achieving the impossible in January. And no one else got this card but you, Virgo. You got the happy, happy card. This is absolutely stunning energy. I do think that if you do something with a full heart and you're doing it for your own fantastic reasons, and you're doing it because you love it and you know it's what you need to do for your soul purpose, that you are going to be so greatly rewarded that it might even be it might come sooner than you think. So try not to expect it, but it might even shock you how good you feel about it when it's all said and done. So I really hope you like this reading. I'm wishing you all the best in January. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye for now.